believe. I am Liz, and I just want to warmly welcome you to today's episode. I hope you're having a good day. So, last week we had the first session on our Valentine's special, and we had the August Grace Our Screens, and we had so much fun. We learned a lot, so much insights, so much so that we couldn't even conclude last week. We had to spill over to this week, and it's amazing because we're still in the Valentine's season. Yay! So we get to have 2 episodes in a week. What do you say? Hala! So today we're going to be having the concluding session of last week's episode, and I want you guys to sit tight, buckle up, and come on the ride with me. Thank you so much.
Suggestion comes, I just humble myself because is the pride of a man to feel I'm the boss, I'm the guy here in this place. It's my decision that should
Yeah.
stand. It doesn't always work that
Mm.
way. I'm just saying it because someone will needs to hear this. You don't always have to be the
Okay.
boss of the house. You just have to sometimes just be a little humble and listen to your wife. You don't want to know the things I've enjoyed because I listened to her. You know, because I understood now that God placed her in my heart for a purpose, in my life for a purpose. And so whenever this part is coming, I try not to, even if she's using it against me, it's now her problem, it's now her own problem. But I think that she's a very sincere and open person. And I think every time she makes a decision, she gives me reasons. There's always these decisions are backed with very logical reasons. And when I see those reasons, it doesn't just make sense to be able to align to it. So I just thought I needed to put that out there that every time I've listened to her, God has used her to actually push us forward and made us better. I am a better person today. Um, Maybe I should not let me I'm a better person today, because of some of the decisions we've made together, and she has suggested most of them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Kudos to you. Okay. Oh yeah, her head is swelling. All right. So
What do you? I'm
what's
checking.
one?
Your head is swelling.
Okay, is there a habit or a mindset you've adopted that has kept you growing together instead of apart? Anything?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, one of the things I noticed that has kept us really close together is the fact that we started off on a friendship level. And what happens when people get married is that mindset changes. It now becomes people start looking at their wives like the wife, and then I am the husband and the boss. So, what your wife was doing as a friend that you could forgive, or you will let go, or you will overlook, you suddenly hold on to it in marriage because you guys are married. So what really changed? One of the things that has helped us is that we keep personally, I keep reminding myself that she's still my friend. Even though she's my wife. When I introduce her to people, I say, meet my friend. She is my wife, but I still say, meet my friend. I consciously place that friendship in front of me, even though we are married. And so, because we are friends, a lot of things that would have held on to as grudges, as a wife did not do to her husband, or all of those things, I ignore them. I look at them as the way I would have handled if it was a friend. And that friendship mindset is still there till tomorrow. If we have any opportunity to stay together, I look forward to it. I look forward to coming back home because I'm coming to meet my friend. I look forward to spending
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
together with her. I look forward to, you can actually take the phone. There was a time we had to test ourselves again to say, take the phone, take the TV, take everything, take the gadgets, and then let's spend quality time together. And we were still having fun. It was still beautiful. So that's one of the things I want to say. The fact that the mindset was still tuned to friendship, even in marriage. So she's the best friend I have. There's nothing, she has access to my phone. She sees all the conversations I have, both with my male friends and female friends that she knows about. Even plus the ones that are trying to get to my DM, and the ones that I'm trying to get to their DMs. She sees all of that and we talk about it. So it's just a beautiful open friendship. And of course I have access to hers too. There was a period we were using the same phone and we were going to work. Remember that period? And we swapped phones and didn't know. I was with her phone all day at work. She was with my phone all day at work. And we got back and life continued. Nothing happened, nothing went wrong. Our bank details, our pins, we know our both pins.
We use the same
we
pins.
in fact we will use the same
pins. Are the
pins.
same.
Do you understand? So we know we can always use each other's. So it's that beautiful, it's that open, and we don't see any reason to hide anything.
There's nothing to hide, basically.
Right. There's really nothing to hide. So these I think have been, is the mindset has really help us to stay close together.
It's amazing. I mean, what's life without, as in, why would you even get married to someone you're not friends with in the first place? I feel like you're setting yourself up like you're in a prison, like you're in a cell with somebody you're not friends with. It's torture. That's how I see it.
I agree.
Sometimes you may not start off as friends, but I feel like you should do everything possible to become friends eventually, because marriage is a lifelong thing. And I mean, how long are you willing to go with someone that you just talk to on the surface? I mean, it's sweet when you and your spouse, you are gisting, you are gossiping. The best gossip partner is your spouse, really.
I agree, 100%.
That's the truth.
She can do cock up.
That's the truth. Cock up, right?
She taught me the word. I didn't know the word. She's the one that taught me cock up.
You know this thing when you're out and just having a good time, maybe in the midst of friends, or you're just out, and something happens and two of you just give each other a glance, like you already know what it is. We have finished that matter.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's fun. It's fun to be married to someone you can talk to freely, someone you can be happy with, someone that is happy for you and with you, someone that is cheering you on, someone that's got your back. The list is endless, really. Okay, so I'm curious to know, at the point where you were low on finances, like cash and all, how were you able to keep the spice in the marriage? How did you spice things up? Because some people say without money, they say, how do they put that saying again? Finance, love without finance. No finance, no romance, or something like that. Something. Yeah. So how were you able to spice things up with Florence telling you, we have to keep this money for the children's supplies, and you thinking, babe, let's enjoy life and all of that? How were you able to spice things up?
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, reason. I always give into reason. Give into the fact that she's not being selfish. She's actually looking after my own family, which she is part of. So it's like she's helping me to do my job, literally. So it was easy to bend to it. And then one of the things I appreciate with Florence was that she was such a contented wife. She's just so amazing. At the time, I didn't have the money to give her. She would manage whatever it was. I remember we came recently, we were talking, and then she said every time I give her money to go to the market, she would have written a list. But immediately the money gets to her hand, she starts crossing out
She starts
a
crossing
whole
things
lot of
out.
things
Oh
because
my.
based on what is available and what is on the list, there's no way what is available will meet that need. So she'll have to keep crossing until sometimes you'll be so frustrated going to the market because it's like there's just so much to buy and there's so little money, you know. But she was just so contented. She has never put me under pressure, not once. Not She had never for any reason, you know, and that actually helped me a lot, you know, to be able to know that even though one of the things I keep telling her is that I'm looking forward to a time where God will bless me. Of course, He has started blessing me, you know, but
He has blessed you already.
He has blessed me already. Okay, He has
You're a
blessed me.
blessed
Okay, she
man.
said I'm blessed now. Okay, He has blessed me, but I'm looking forward to a point where I will really be able to show her. I will lavish love upon her. I would finish her with love so that she'll be able to understand that she's truly been amazing and been there for me, you know. And so I just need to
Can you spread it this way too? Like small, let small just drop.
no, it's two aside, sorry.
Oh my
He's
God.
proud.
Oh, where's my husband though? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's beautiful to listen to. That's so beautiful. Do you have a thought too, Florence?
What was the question?
What have you been able to manage in the midst of scarcity? Have you been able to
Scarcity.
manage things? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I've always been a woman that don't depend on a man, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what
Of course, he's my husband,
Mhm.
and he's supposed to care for me, you know, and all of that, take care of the home, you know, take care of my needs and the needs of the children. But I've always been of the opinion that a woman should have her own. The Bible says I am supposed to be his helper. So I'm supposed to help him in all ramifications. Finances, I'm supposed to help him. So if I'm supposed to be his helper in the aspect of finances, I should have something I need to help him with. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when he gives me like the quota for the house or for the running of the home, even though most times I remember those years, sometimes he gives me like 50,000, and I'm like, hey, now wow, 50K. What will this one even buy? And in all sincerity, that's what he's got, because how much was he earning then? You know, by the time you set aside the one for the children's school fees, the house rent, and all of that, in all sincerity, he's giving me his all. And of course, because I know
what,
and I know what he earns.
Yeah.
In fact, most times after he has earned, he will come. My husband will table the money and say, "So how do we spend it?" I say, "Okay, bring 50." Because if I take more than 50, we will suffer. Some other things will suffer, you know. And in all sincerity, you know, I take whatever I feel he's able to. I don't complain. I don't, you know, we don't argue about it, because, like I said, we've always had an open slate. He knows what comes into my account. I know what goes into his account. And by the time we do our calculations, and he just can't give me more than 50. That's the truth. And because I have my own income, and that's where the help comes in, I you know, use from my own income, and I help out, you know, for the house. Not necessarily helping out, because I've always believed that whatever comes into the home is ours.
Yeah.
If it comes through my account or through his account, it's coming into the house. So it's ours. So it's not as though I'm helping. I don't see it as helping. You know, I'm just contributing my own quota to the running of the home. So whether it's little or it's plenty, at the end of the day, we bring our resources together and we just manage it and everything is fine.
So how
And
do you prioritize each other with the busyness of everything? Work and children and all of that. How do you prioritize
Prioritize what?
yourselves?
How do you mean?
Like prioritizing the needs of your husband, prioritizing the needs of your wife. Everything calling for your attention. How do you prioritize? How do you set your priorities?
for me, I think the way it works is that I know that my family is first. Interestingly, God has blessed me with a job that has value for family. Now, careful, say doing that. Now because of that, whenever I have family related issues, you know, they always it's always a priority. Either children are ill from school and you need to pick them up, or you need to attend a meeting in school, so I understand that my wife and children are my first priority. Whatever I do, I put that at the back of my mind. So it helps me to be able to know that I can't be too busy not to have time for them. I have time with my daughter. I have time with my son. I have special times with them. I go out to the park. Even in my busy schedules, I create time to go out with them, to spend time, not just even with my wife, with just them as individuals. We go out, we go on a walk, we go round the race course, there's a park around our area. We always go around there,
Okay.
and we just have fun, just talk together. We get to talk to ourselves. Sometimes we just be in the car, we drive out, and just go somewhere, McDonald's, just go. And the idea is to have time with them, because when you do, you cause them to understand that they are your priority. They matter to you much more than anything else. So that's one of the things I consistently, God helping me, I've been doing, and I don't think I ever want to stop soon.
And we spoke earlier
Amazing.
about the Saturday mornings.
Yeah,
We always look forward to our Saturday mornings, creating time, to talk. It's just a bonding time. Sometimes we do 2-3 hours. We just talk. We pray together, read the
Yes.
Bible, we talk. Once we were done praying and reading the Bible, we close everything like, okay, let's talk. And it's always an amazing time, together. And aside, I know you're interested in how we spend time with ourselves without the children. Most times the children are no longer, they are not so little anymore, so they really don't need too much care. You can just tell them everyone to your rooms and everyone is fine. And we spend time together. We watch movies together. Sometimes we do movie nights. Sometimes we just bond. And we always create time for ourselves, no matter how busy. Most times you work from morning till evening, but you still have the evenings. Sometimes we have a TV in the room. We just close, everybody send the children to bed, close the room door, get our popcorns and our drinks, and but most of the time I sleep off leaving him there though. But at the end of the day,
The reverse is the case here.
I can't remember the last time I watched a movie till the end. I'll sleep off halfway.
Wow.
And some other time it ends in happy endings.
I don't know how it ends.
Okay.
They're usually happy endings. Yeah, they're usually happy endings.
What do you call happy endings?
Yeah. You know what I mean, Lizzie. Yeah.
We get it. We get it.
Thank
We get
you.
it. But can you still expatiate? Oh, nice. Okay, so is there a unique date or experience that stands out in your journey so far? Was there a date, night, or maybe while you were dating or after you got married that stands out?
Okay, like I said, for me, one of the things, I've always looked for opportunity to serenade my wife, because of
I
who she
love that
is.
word, serenade.
because of who she is and what she has done for me, the sacrifices particularly she's made for the family. One of it is she made coming to the UK a possibility because of her ability to be able to save. Now, like we're saying, I earn and she earns. So most times when I earn and bring in the money to the house, I give it to her. She's able to save most of what she earns, most of her income. And so there was a time when she opened her savings and showed me what was in the savings, and I was flabbergasted. I was
Flabberwhelmed.
overgasted and flabberwhelmed. Because I didn't believe that we could have such as savings, even currently now. Sometimes when I see what we see as savings, I was like, babe, how do we get here? And she's just that kind of person that just knows how to help conserve, not to waste resources. Things that we don't need, we don't get. There are a lot of things because of where we find ourselves and the environment and the finance. We have the credit card culture in the UK, that you can get anything on credit and just pay every month. If you want a brand new Tesla today, you can actually get it, but you just have to be paying every month. I could, if you leave me to myself, I want to drive 2024. Oh, this is 2025 now, right? 2025 Tesla. I would want to drive it, but with a wife like this, I can't do it. Because she would give you every reason why the car you are driving now is still okay. It still moves from one place to the other.
It doesn't stop
It
on the road.
doesn't stop. It has all the features of a car that you would want. And so why would you want to get such an expensive car and spend extra? And so it helps you to be able to manage the resources that is not even so enough.
Hold on. I think you're deviating. What was the question?
I think I'm going somewhere.
Oh, okay. You said, what was the question again? You said
No. Let him finish.
Okay. What was the question?
A unique date or experience.
Okay, date. Yeah. So what happened? Why I started this part was because the unique date for me was when I had the privilege of celebrating her 40th birthday.
you're telling everyone I'm over 40. Come on.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't know?
Oh my God!
Who doesn't know? It was everywhere. It was on Facebook. Facebook knows. So
My audience probably do.
audience, she's over 40. When I said she's over 40, don't mind her. She just looks young. So it felt like such a fulfilled blessing, a fulfilled year period for me, because that was one of the things I looked forward to do, to be able to celebrate her before the world. I had the opportunity to do that. It costed me quite a lot. It costed us, quite a lot, but it was something I was happy to do, and I would be happy to still do it again, because it just makes me to show the little, the minutest way I could at that point, how grateful I am, to have her in my life. So I think that's one of the things I can remember now, that I can readily remember. There could be a whole lot of others. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you have something to say, or we'll move on?
Move on.
Okay. So, so if you were to write a book, or a novel, or a song about your love story, what would it be, and what message is it going to pass on to the next generation?
Are you looking at me? Okay. Well,
Okay,
for
Florence, I
me,
think I want to hear what you have to say.
yeah. She always wants to
Let's
steal
hear from
answers
Florence.
from
I
me.
feel like she
Exactly.
wants to hear your own first.
Exactly. Then she'll now get inspiration and say hers. I know. Yeah. So
Okay.
so for me, I would want to say that marriage has been beautiful. It's been one of the best things that have happened to me. Marrying this amazing young lady, even though she's over 40. But she's still young. She's young at heart. Even though um she makes me want to live. Makes me want to be fulfill purpose. The Bible says, "Whosoever finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." It's true.
True.
In my life, I've seen it, because she just wants, because of who she is, because of the way she has made marriage, um, the way she takes marriage, and how she has made herself available and been sacrificial, and all we've discussed about. It just makes me want to live my best. I strive to be able to become the best version of myself, because I want to be able to take good care of her. I look forward to growing old together. One of the things we always tell ourselves is that we want our lives to be able to, people should be able to look at marriage and love it. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of things happening, even in as Christians, that somebody describe marriage as a house on fire, and then that people who are outside wants to run inside to see what is happening inside, and people that are inside are trying to run outside. That's how someone described marriage, unfortunately. But it's a very demonic, it's a devilish way of portraying marriage to the young people, because they really need to understand that marriage is beautiful. It's one of the best things that God ever created. And we are living proofs that you can actually enjoy your marriage. We've not endured, we've never endured a day in our marriage. We've been enjoying it, like we said at the beginning. In March this year, we'll be 13 years married, and it just feels like it was yesterday. It just really feels like what makes me to say that it's not yesterday is when I look at this physical picture and I see the picture we snapped. And I'm like, no, it's not yesterday.
Oh my
You
God.
understand?
I don't understand.
Yeah, so no, but truly it's been beautiful, and I truly am trusting that the next generation coming will be able to understand that there were a couple that lived and truly proved that marriage can be enjoyed instead of being endured. That marriage
Okay,
can
so
be
what would the
beautiful.
title of your movie be?
Flying without wings. What would you have written else?
It will be
Oh
marriage,
Mhm.
a bed of roses.
Hmm.
my God.
Hmm.
They said marriage isn't a bed
Don't
of
leave
roses.
me, don't leave me, don't
Do you
leave me.
get? But mine has been a bed of roses, really. I have no regrets
nice.
whatsoever getting married to
Oh,
this guy.
nice.
No regrets whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's truly been a bed
That's
of roses,
amazing.
and I'm always grateful to God for
Okay,
that.
let's give last words to our viewers. Viewers, thank you for being here. I forgot you guys were there. Safe. I'm so sorry about that.
You're enjoying,
Okay, let's just take your last.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the cock up was very sweet. I'm sure you guys are enjoying. I'm sure you guys are enjoying the conversation. I can see And I can hear so many things, so many insights, so many take homes, so many principles, just a lot packed in this. And I pray that God will heal the homes that need healing and also open the eyes of those that need some form of clarity before they go into the institution called marriage. Thank you very much for being there. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll just take your last words now to the generation coming, or probably to even those that are married and are facing one or two challenges with intimacy and friendship in marriage. What would it be? What would your last words be to them?
Okay, for the singles, those that are still trusting God for their better halves, I would say marriage is beautiful. There's nothing to be scared of. If you get it right in marriage, you have gotten it right in every other part of your life, and that's the truth. Because
Sure.
the Bible says, when you find he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor.
I'm living proof.
And there's a blessing that comes with being married. Now, I would want to say that most I've seen youngsters. I think I'm talking to the ladies right now. I've seen a lot of ladies saying they want, if this guy isn't rich, never, I can't marry a guy that is not rich, that is not
Already
rich.
made.
Already built. You want an already. I always tell, there are times we joke about it, and I tell him that any day you tell me pack your load and leave my house, the next question I'll ask is your house or our house, because we built this house together, and he can't ask me to leave his house because the house is really not his. I met him when he was nothing. In fact, I remember the first house we got married into. the living room was empty. It was just a rug. Even the rug we had was
a mud
dashed.
house.
Oh,
It was a
okay. Let's
mud
start from
house.
the fact that it was a mud house.
Yes. Interestingly, let me help you. In that
Wow.
this thing,
Wow.
before we even got married, they were still building that house. I can remember in Galadimawa village.
Yeah, at the village.
That's the name of the place now. That's the name. They were still building it. They were still putting the mud blocks. I had to tell her that, babe, I brought her. I said, you say you want to marry Umba? I know you are a big man's daughter. His father is a retired colonel. I'm a nobody. But this is where I'm going to bring you into. We are going to live in the... When I met her, she was only drinking then Ever water. If it's not Ever water, she doesn't drink any bottled water. That's the place I met her. But I told her that I can't afford Ever water. It's pure water. So I downgraded her level, everything. I downgraded her to my level because this was what I could afford. But she was so patient and came all the way with me. So continue. I just got to add that part.
You needed us to hear that.
Okay. I was saying that he doesn't have to be made.
Yeah.
And like I said, there was something I saw in him that made me go all the way. He had nothing, sincerely. He had nothing.
I had Jesus.
Yeah.
I had Jesus.
But he had one thing. He was a very kind person and had a very good heart. And I just told him, and he loves me dearly. This guy can die in my place. He can give his life. When God said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only, he can give himself.
Are you sure?
Babe, I won't doubt it. I know. He will give himself for me. Now, if a man loves you that much and he's a kind person, if you get married to a kind man, he can't hurt you. That's the truth. He doesn't have the capacity to hurt you. And also, he has to love God. Now, there are some things you would do to him that he probably want to even raise his hands, hit you or something, but because of the love and the fear he has for God, the reverence, not because of you most times, but because he knows, oh, I fear God, I love God, and I love this woman. In hurting her, I am hurting myself. He will not hurt you. And that's the truth. Number one, what's his relationship with God? Does he love God? Does he fear God? Number two, does he love you? When I met him, my love for him was...
There was none, actually.
No, wasn't that bad?
You actually said you didn't love me, but you now decided.
Stop
it was now.
me like
it was,
this now.
She said it was a decision. She had to decide.
I chose to love him.
Yeah, so
and that's like
the
I
love
said,
now grew. Yeah.
No, I'm the one talking now.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I love him a tiny little bit, but when we love God, we love him because he first loved us. Do you understand?
Sure.
Yeah, I love him because he first loved me.
Word.
And I always tell people that
You first loved her.
I always tell people that a woman is an incubator. She incubates whatever you give to her. If you give her hatred, oh my goodness, you have chaos in your home. Because that little seed of hatred you give to her, she incubates it and gives you 1,000-fold.
Shege Pro Max.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If you give her a little bit of love, just show her a little bit of love, oh my goodness, she will incubate it and love you. And that was what he did. He gave me so much love. Not even a little bit, He showered me with so much love, and I don't have a choice. I have to love him back.
It was easy for you to just love him back.
Yeah. And
it was easy for the love to grow. So he gave you that love. He built it for you.
Yeah.
And you grew to love him.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay.
That's the truth. So
what would your last final words be, sir?
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done. Okay, sorry. This is your final words. It's now looking like oh yeah. Be done.
For the married, I was talking to the singles. Now for the married, especially those that are already in it, and it looks as though you're thinking, have I even made the right choice? Think of where you started from. Think of what brought you together. If you've not been communicating, I believe everyone has, like I always say, you know each other's mumu button and all of that. You know how to relate to the good side of your spouse. Okay, think of where it all started from. Go back to where it all started from. Communicate, talk to yourselves. If you need to humble yourself, if you need to bring down your ego, please do. And think of where there was a point where you guys started from. There was a spark. There was something that brought the two of you together. Retrace your steps back to that point and start telling yourself. Now, like we said, marriage is hard work. You must put in the effort. You must put in the work. And that's the truth. You must put in the work. So be ready to put in that work to make it work. And that's the only way it can work. And I always tell people as well that stop seeing your spouse as a separate entity. The Bible says the two of you will come together and you become one. Whatever you can't do to yourself, you can't do it to him. If I can't literally hurt myself, then I shouldn't hurt him. Because in hurting him, I'm actually hurting myself. Why? Because the two of us are already one. So if I don't want myself being hurt, then I shouldn't want him to be hurt. I shouldn't do anything whatsoever to hurt him because we are one. So if you start seeing yourself as one, I think we'll start having a different mindset about how we relate to our spouses. Then also, I've noticed that people in marriage, they see their husband. They don't see their husband as their family. Now, I have Lizzie, for those of you that don't know, Liz, the host of this show, is my younger sister. But
why did you do that?
I'm going somewhere.
Mhm.
She's my
Okay.
sister, and I love her so dearly. But the love I have for this guy cannot. Trust me. Hold on, I'm
Are
trying to
you
say I love her
serious?
more
Are
than
you serious? Okay, this is where we draw the curtain. This is where we draw the curtain. Seriously, like seriously. Seriously,
The truth
SP, SP, now that she has brought it out in the open, I was the one that fought for you. I was the one.
I know. Your blessing is in heaven. Your
I was the
reward is
one
in
rooting
heaven.
for you, calling her all
Your
the time
reward
and
is in
telling her,
heaven. I
please just
know.
consider this guy. He's actually a good guy. He's actually a good. And she was like, please, I beg. Ah, I beg. In fact, there was what. Let me not go there. Okay, just finish what you were saying.
Oh, you have stopped being the host. You want to be her younger sister now. All right.
I was going somewhere.
Oh my god.
Now,
Okay.
I had a family. I had parents. I have
You
siblings.
still have, yeah.
No, I had a family before I got.
Okay,
Before I now started my own family. Before I got married, my family was my family. They were the first priority in my life. But immediately from that moment I said I do, the priority switched. And that's how it ought to be. Now, he is my first priority. That doesn't mean I love them any less. No, I still love them. They're still my family. But he is my first. There are some things that we know about ourselves that even my siblings don't know. And that's how it ought to be.
Sure.
Do you understand? He's my closest family now. But
I used to be your best friend, though.
no more. Sorry.
I just thought I should put it there.
Sorry.
Now I see couples holding on to their old family and neglecting their main family. Now they discuss everything with their siblings, their parents, even things happening in their home. They are reporting their husbands to their parents. You can't have a happy home. And that's the truth. There's something about living. When the Bible says you live and you cleave, you have left your family and you have cleaved to this one. This is your main, this is your number one ministry is to this man. Your number one priority is to this family. Of course, you're not neglecting your other family, but he is your number one priority. So when we start seeing marriage in that light, I think that will help us really. So those are my last words.
Wow, that's
They were long
your last
words.
words were very long. Very long. Sorry. Do you have any other thing to say?
Yes, I do. Now, very quickly, I want to say that before God brought Eve to Adam, was that Adam had been given the duty to tend the garden, to take care of the garden. Every man that is looking for a wife should have known what he wants to achieve, what he wants to do in life. Because a wife is supposed to be a helpmate. She's supposed to be the one to help you achieve whatever you have. So if you don't have a purpose, you don't have a vision, you don't know what you are alive for, then you don't have any business looking for a wife. People get married for different reasons, and that's why we have issues in marriage.
Financial security.
You know, so many what's the word? Negative
There are
reasons,
lots.
selfish reasons. You know,
There are lots.
and that's why we get. The Bible says the foundation is destroyed. What can the righteous do? So you have to learn from the beginning to get the foundation right and know the reason. Why do I want to get married? Is it because I'm already old, I'm supposed to look for a wife? That's what most people do. They say I'm already 30 and by this time I'm supposed to have been married. And so they just look for anybody available. And that's why you have issues in marriage. So begin to, first of all, as a guy, don't get any lady interested or engaged if you don't know purpose, if you don't know what you are alive for. Because if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is always inevitable. That's one. Then secondly, I want to say that we should be able to learn to hear the voice of God and have a relationship with him before marriage. Most times what most of us Christians we do is that we have never cultivated a relationship with God to hear his voice. But when it's now time to get married, you now want to hear God's voice. At that time, you will not hear God's voice, because that
True.
voice, the voice you will hear is your own voice, whatever you want to hear in your heart. Because there was never a relationship. So it doesn't just blossom immediately when you want to now get married. God, speak to me. Who should I marry? Who should I marry? That's why you see a lot of Christians who claim that God told them that it was that sister. They are still fighting and having issues in marriage. So would you say that God was an author of confusion, or God made a mistake? It was because they were not tuned enough to be able to listen to the voice of God at that point where they were making decisions. In as much as I said I did not hear God saying, she is the one. I am
I am the
God.
Lord.
See, Florence is your wife. No, I didn't hear anything like that. But when I prayed about it and told God this was what I wanted, I had a peace of mind. There was just an assurance. There was just, and the Bible says, and the peace of God that passeth all understanding shall guard your heart. And that was what happened. I had that peace of mind. So I want to encourage that these are the two very important things you have to do. Discover purpose. And when you discover purpose, have a relationship with God. Of course, there's no way you can even have a discover purpose without knowing God. So it should be the other way around. Get to know God first. And so when you get to know God, in the process of knowing God, you would have built a relationship, and then you can hear him whenever he talks. Then he will now tell you what your purpose is in life, and then who will be able to help you fulfill that purpose.
Yeah.
And finally, always look for and marry a friend. Like I told you, one of the things that we tell ourselves that even when we look forward to when the children will leave home, and we will just have ourselves together. We'll just be traveling
Oh my
all over the
goodness.
world, just having fun.
I know,
Oh
right?
my
Just
goodness.
to our side,
Oh my goodness. I
it
can't
will
wait.
it will be so beautiful. I look forward to
Mm,
that. And so I want to just encourage
amazing.
that these are the things I want to encourage our listener to be able to do. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share our lives with you.
Beautiful.
God bless
Thank you. Thank you very much for gracing our screen with your lovely faces, with your candidness. Thank you for being open and vulnerable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, viewers, for also being here. I mean, we can't even have this without you. If there's nobody to watch, then what are we even doing to start with? Thank you very much for being here with us today. Thank you so much, SP and Flo. Thank you very much for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing your lives with us here today. We are so inspired. We have learned a lot, one or two. After now, I'm going to meet my husband. We need to have some conversations, around certain things that I've heard today. Like, why don't we do this kind of things too? So thank you very much for teaching us how to spice up our marriage, teaching us how to be friends, teaching us how that it's possible to live together as couples without having issues. I think understanding comes in there as well. Thank you very much. We've come to the end of today's episode, and I just want to say thank you to Bolu once again for always availing yourself. Thank you for always being there behind the camera. Like I said, we'll bring him up here one day, very soon. He's going to come up. You will see this Bolu that I've been talking about. Thank you so much, Bolu. I appreciate you for your sacrifices, for loving me and for supporting me this way. Thank you very much. I do not take it for granted. Thank you, viewers. Thank you. Please drop your comments. If you have any comment, drop it. If you have questions, drop it. We'll attend to it. And please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Give me a thumbs up. Like it, share it also. I'm sure there's so many things that we've spoken about today that would uplift somebody, that would be like a solution to some issues, some challenges people are going through, and they'll bless you for it. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, love is a beautiful thing. All you need to do is nurture it and watch it blossom. Till we come your way again next month, this is me, Liz, signing out. Bye.